students. Welcome once again in our Math 4 class, and this is Miss Claire. Let's continue chapter 10, and in this video you will learn about symmetry and also 3D shapes and nets. The learning objectives of these lessons are to identify and draw lines of symmetry in 2D shapes and patterns, to draw 3D shapes and to recognize and make nets of 3D shapes. Okay, before, are you ready? Come on, let's start. Start with lesson 3 about symmetry. What is a symmetry? A symmetry is when a shape or a polygon cut into two, you can find that the other half is the mirror image of the other. For example, I have here a square. Let's cut the square like this into two. So the left side, children, is the mirror image of the right side. This line, the dotted red line, is what we call our line of symmetry, this one. It acts as the mirror of the two cut lines or shapes. For example, another, how about if we cut this square on this way? Okay, the upper part is also the mirror image of the lower part or the bottom part. How about if we cut this square on this way, diagonally? As you observe, this part is also the mirror image of the other part, like that. Okay, how about if we will cut it diagonally on the other side, like this? The same. So this part is also the mirror image of this part. So a square, children, can be cut into halves in 4 ways. 1, so this is vertically, horizontally, and diagonally 2 times. So a square has 4 lines of symmetry. How about a rectangle? If we cut a rectangle like this, yes, this side is the mirror image of the right side. How about like this? Correct. The upper part also is the mirror image of the lower part. How about if we cut this rectangle diagonally? Do you think this part is the mirror image of the lower part? This one? No, this is not the mirror of the other side. So we cannot cut, or this line of symmetry here is not a line of symmetry. How about on the other way, diagonally? Is this one, the upper part, is the mirror image of this one? Yes, it's not. This one is not the mirror image of this part. They are not same. So a rectangle, children, has only 2 lines of symmetry. We can only cut it vertically and horizontally. It's not like with the square. I have here another shape, a star. Let's count how many lines of symmetry a star has. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a star, children, has 5 lines of symmetry. So we can cut a star in 5 ways. How about an octagon? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So an octagon, children, can be cut into 2 in 8 ways. So 8 ways. So it has 8 lines of symmetry. How about a triangle and pentagon? Can you find how many lines of symmetry each of these polygons? If you have your answers, you can share that during our Zoom meeting. There is another way to create a symmetry by using a grid. This is a grid. As you can see, we have our line of symmetry. A line of symmetry, again, will act as a mirror. So if this is a mirror of these colored squares, as you can see, we have 3 green squares on the left side. So if this is a mirror, it should have 3 green squares on the right side, right? Yes. Next is the gold squares. It has 5 gold squares, and the next 5 or 7 blue squares. So this part here, this is the mirror. This is the mirror image of the original on the left side. So see, we can use or we can make a symmetry by using a grid. Another example, take a look. Okay, so how to create the symmetry? Let's count. We have 3 yellow squares. So of course, we will create also 3 yellow squares on the right, like this. And also, we have 2 yellow squares, then we will add also 2 yellow squares. So it's easy, right, to create a symmetry using a grid. Okay, so during our Zoom meeting, let's try to create symmetry using a grid. Now let's go to lesson 4, 3D shapes and nets. Do you still remember the 3D shapes that you have learned from your Math 3 class? Okay, and also their nets. Nets, children, is what it looks like when we opened a 3D shaped flat. Okay, so let's study about 2D to 3D shape. So this is a square. A square is related to what 3D shape? Yes, a cube. How about a triangle? This one. This is a tetrahedron. And how about a rectangle? A rectangle you can make, or you will use a rectangle when you make a cuboid. Okay, so we have a cube, a tetrahedron, and a cuboid. Now, these are some 3D objects. We have a cube. Okay, are you familiar with Rubik's Cube? Do you play a Rubik's Cube? Okay, a Rubik's Cube or a cube is consists of squares. All the faces are squares. Another is, do you know what is this? Yes, this is a pyramid. How about this one? This is a tissue box, and it is a cuboid. This shape is a cuboid. Okay, now let's study about faces, edges, and vertices of a polygon or a 3D shape. Okay, so these are the properties of 3D shapes. And let's start with a cube. Okay, take a look. This is our cube. As you can see, there is what we call vertex or vertices, edges, and faces. Let's start with faces. Faces, children, is the flat part of a 3D shape. So a cube, children, has 6 square faces. So if you have 6 squares, you can make a cube. Now, we have also what we call edge. Edge, children, is the part where the face meet. So this one, the lines. This is what we call edge. So a cube, children, has 12 edges. So you have 4 edges on the top here. Then you have also 4 on the side. So 1 here, 2, 3, and at the back here. So that is 8 now. Then at the bottom also, you have another 4. So you have 12 edges. How about the vertex? Just like a polygon, a 3D shape has also a vertex or corners. So more than one, we call it vertices. So it has 8 vertices. So we have 4 vertices on the top. So this one, 4, and another 4 at the bottom. So these are the properties of a 3D shape. It has faces, it has edges, and vertices. Okay, don't forget this before. Okay, now let's study about net. A net, children, is where when we open a 3D shape flat. So if we have a cube, if we will open a cube, it will look like this. So as you can see, it is consist of how many squares? 6 squares. So remember that. This is also a net of a cube. Take a look. Okay, can you count how many squares? Yes, we have 6 squares. So remember, a cube is consist of 4 identical squares. When we say identical, the side should be the same length. So if this is 10 centimeters, all of the sides should be 10 centimeters also. All of the 6 squares. How about a net of a cuboid? Okay, this is a cuboid. A cuboid looks like a cube, but it's longer because a cube should have a rectangle shape. So in this example of a cuboid, it consists of 4 rectangles and it has 2 squares on both ends. There is also another net of a cuboid wherein all the shapes or all the faces are rectangles. So you have two big rectangles, you have two long rectangles, and two small rectangles for the end side. So if you want to make a cuboid, take a look. So you have two identical big square rectangles. Then these two rectangles should also be the same length, and also these two. So this is the net of a cuboid. Another net is of a tetrahedron. Okay, children, do you know what is a tetrahedron? A tetrahedron is also called a pyramid. It consists of 4 triangles. Now, this kind of triangles are what we call equilateral triangles. What do we mean by equilateral triangles? It means that all sides are the same length. So if this is 10 centimeter, this one also should be 10 centimeter also. And this side is also 10 centimeter. And you have 4. So you have to prepare 4 equilateral triangles. So you can make this tetrahedron. Okay. Another is this one, a pyramid. Okay. Remember, children, earlier, tetrahedron is also a pyramid. During our Zoom class, I will explain to you why a tetrahedron is also a pyramid. Now, this kind of pyramid is different from the tetrahedron because it has a square. This is the base of our pyramid. So, a square pyramid, this is a square-based pyramid because at the bottom is a square and it has 4 triangles on the side. Now, if you have a square pyramid, make sure that in your triangle here, one side of your triangle should have the same length with your square. This one. Okay. So, this is the net of a pyramid. So, during our Zoom class, children, we will make some nets of 3D shapes, and we will going to make the 3D shape of cube, cuboid, tetrahedron, and pyramid. And that's all for lesson 3 and lesson 4. So P4, are you ready to make your own 3D shapes? Okay, during our Zoom meeting, you will make your own 3D shapes. Thank you for watching P4, and always remember to stay safe and healthy. God bless everyone and have a great day.